So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amit Singh from CXOTV, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to this very interesting fireside chat. In today's fireside chat, we are going to discuss a very interesting and timely topic, that is elevating business agility and strategies for seamless cloud migration. So for this, we have got with us very distinguished experts who have navigated the complexities of cloud implementation and cloud migration and have got some valuable insights to share with all of us. So our esteemed speakers include Mr. Harvinder Singh Banga, who is the CIO of Darcl Logistics. And we also have Mr. KK Bhagchandani, who is the Chief Business Officer at Access.aiu. So together, they bring a wealth of experience and expertise in the realm of cloud migration. So put the strategies to enhance business cloud migration, we will delve into the challenge and lessons learned from our speakers' journey. So without further ado, let's keep the discussion. So my first question would be with Mr. Harvinder. So if we talk about the logistics industry, so how has cloud revolutionized the logistics operations from supply chain management to last mile delivery, and how cloud infrastructure facilitates agile operations, allowing of organizations to respond swiftly to market dynamics? So what are your thoughts about this?
Sure. So like you rightly said, cloud revolution is definitely impacting the logistics operation. And the way I looked at more than 2 decades now, when we started, I think, this journey from a computerization perspective, a lot of logistics operation was manual, and slowly it was going computerized, and then from computerized to systematic process approach, then from systematic approach to nowadays automated through IoT devices and so on. So I think the way it is evolved, we have seen the decision-making processes have shifted from manual-based decision to the data-driven strategies across the organization. Not only that, we have seen the strong integration of AI and IoT base for our operational efficiency. When earlier we used to talk about operational efficiency, we talk about how to control the manpower, how to control the fleets, material and everything manually. We were having, certain parameters to control that. But now when we use this technology, we use route planning, real-time tracking, which significantly enhance our delivery efficiency. So I would say that the evolvement have happened, which basically revolutionize in such a way that enhances the data management, that enhances the real-time analytics capability, and which ultimately given us the supply chain visibility and efficient last mile delivery, which a lot of customers expect that. A small example, if we look into our businesses, a lot of businesses use cloud-based tools for route optimization, cloud-based tool for dynamic routing, cloud-based tool for inventory management, which eventually brings timely delivery, operational agility, and a lot of benefit which customers expect from us, including the response to market changes like launches like Apple's Harry Potter book and so on, where the launch time is super high in terms of getting the services from a service provider. Then agility become cloud infrastructure become very critical for us to support those launches. Flipkart comes with certain hours, Amazon comes with certain hours where the sales are high, volumes are high, and similarly we need supply chain solutioning also at that level of matching with the market requirement. So I think that's what we have seen evolving from a very traditional approach to the cloud infrastructure and cloud computing way of this.
Very good, very good. So, the thing is that if you talk about many organizations, they face challenges while implementing cloud solutions, while uh, while their cloud migration initiatives. So, can you also share some specific challenges that you faced during your cloud migration or cloud implementation initiatives, and uh, what are the solutions that you applied to? What are the things that you applied to overcome those challenges?
Okay. So I'll keep it simple here. Uh, if I remember when we started our cloud migration journey, the major challenge which we face is the integrating to our legacy systems, right? So we have more than a ERP, we have a lot of peripheral applications for our different businesses. Every business have their own mobile app, different solutioning, POD app. Somewhere we have a tracking application. Somewhere we have signature application, and I think we have 100+ different peripheral applications which is just supporting our transport management system. And most of those applications are legacy based applications. So we get a huge challenge while migration, the integration become a huge challenge for us. The way we sort it out, we focus more on the custom API, and the tough decision we took is the right choice of middleware. Because if we have chosen our right middleware at that time, it is our seamless integration. If we have not chosen the right middleware, this entire integration stack will become messy for us, and huge management was required at the back end. One important thing I think which a lot of people uh, didn't focus when they go to cloud migration journey, they focus more on agility. They I think forgot about the security. We focus security in balance to the agility, and we put it whatever initiative we took. We took robust encryptions in place, security protocols in place. That's why I think we balance between agility and security also during the cloud migration.
Very good. So, Mr. KK, my means I'm just continuing this question with you. So, can you also put your thoughts into how organizations could effectively face the challenges that Mr. Harvinder just mentioned, and how does the transition to the cloud enable organizations to create a more agile IT infrastructure, fostering nimble and responsive business operations?
Sure. So, first, I would want to definitely compliment Banga sir. That's being visionary, and here is why I say so. You see, a lot of times, and I'm saying it with respect to how the market functions, right? Market doesn't mean that you only have one logistics company. Market doesn't mean that you have only one type of customers. Market doesn't mean that you will only have one type of delivery points. And what they have done remarkably is that they had the foresight, and I pick it from when I was working very closely with Microsoft, is that launching a product, right? Before the product is announced, it needs to reach the end point, right? Now, a classical view from a logistic company is that, yes, we can deliver, we are fast, we are accurate, but no matter how you are, if you are not present before time, then all that business exercise is futile. And that's what justifies the ROI. That what is the cost of opportunity if you do not do? And that's what I admire with what Banga Saab just now described, is that they have that vision that even, and I know from our earlier interaction that they have sensors for tire pressures. They have absolutely got the IoT in place. They invested a significant amount as compared to what a company would invest in their vehicle to make sure that this is done. Now, from a businessman to an entrepreneur, that is a major difference, right? An entrepreneur wants to just meet the objective. Whereas a businessman is thinking ahead of time that if I do this, how much more can I charge my customers by delivering this value? And therefore, the interaction which I have is, I would say that you are a role model where you not only were sure that you wanted the right middleware, because where does the process breaks? The process breaks in putting information in one place. That's where most of the time it breaks. And they were, I mean, smart enough to know that, no, we cannot let this loop break and invest in it. The second thing is working with the top class cloud providers, because the continuity. Now, in our country, we have this saying, Saudhani, right? And that is so much more applicable for logistics business because it's so much dependent on what's happening on traffic. And along with that, like, for example, you was talking about the system which is there so that the signatures are in place, system is there so that the feedback is in place, the system is there so that the training is in place. Now, if people are not doing the right thing at the right time, there's no reactive measure which can help you because the business is gone. You can only be proactive. And that's what I admire in what they're saying. And therefore, what we do when we work with our customers is that the first 20% of our engagement with the customer is doing nothing on the ground. It's learning their business process, learning how do they do business, understanding what can actually enhance the value of business which they do. Because only then you have the business case. Otherwise, you're only talking about technology, and technology is growing, there is a solution. But if there is no business case, then it has got no value. And therefore, what I would say is that hire an agency, a system integrator, or a partner, like we are the top tier partner with our AWS, and they consider us the best when it comes to handling such intricate projects. So what we do is first 20% of the time is to understand where it is. That's by spending this 20% of time, we're actually saving 70% of that overhead which you get. The second one is not to shy away from technology, right? Who would imagine that a logistic company would want a tire sensor on, the tire pressure sensor on their vehicles? It's because if the shipment is late by a day or half a day, the whole cycle is broken. Now that truck is out of circulation. That customer is unhappy. That product launch is delayed. So that's the impact. And that's called being, what's the right word? Learning from others' mistake, right? There are two types of people who learn from their mistake and people who learn from others' mistake. So that's being wise. And these are those strategies. For example, now from AWS, you have a system in which you can simply take any IoT device, create a system. Our company will work so that it can integrate back to your whatever system you're using. Now it may connect to your CRM, it may connect to your learning process, it may connect to your logistics, handling, your supply chain, and so on and so forth. So in my view, vision, integration, and proper assessment is the key if you want to have a system which is, what do you call that? Which is proof of these liquids. So kudos, lovely. Well done, sir.
Thank
Very,
you.
very well. So, Mr. Harvinder, so how do you align your cloud migration or maybe overall cloud strategy with the broader business objectives and operational goals of your organization?
So I think there is a major change, I would say. Earlier, when we used to take a cloud decision, or cloud migration, cloud buying, or cloud procurement decision, or be it any infrastructure decision, most of the time this is the IT decision, right? Nobody wanted to interfere in this decision. But now what we have done is we have, I think smartly, or I think this is what is happening in industry also, that all this migration strategy we build along with the business. We keep our business stakeholders active, engaged in this strategy. We align entire full strategy with our broader business goals, and we ensure that all these initiatives support and drive business growth or bring operational efficiency in some sense, right? And I think that way now strategy is now evolving, and business also partner with us. They know that whatever expense is coming, it is directly hitting to their P&L. It is not, all expenses are not IT expenses. So they have now matured enough to own their own part of the expenses. I think it's good for them also. Initially, what happens is like sometimes we used to buy tech stacks and we divide it into different, cost centers to different divisions or different functions. Now, business knows their own values, and which business is using how much cloud is a very clear picture coming out. So I think now business is also allowed, whatever I use, I'll pay it. I'm okay with that. Because we are linking direct with their growth, we are linking direct with their efficiency, we are monitoring in such a way that we are providing them a visibility that this is what a benefit you are getting after getting over a cloud or modernizing their application. Uptime, a lot of big benefit you can say, which business is evolving from this particular migration.
Very good. So, Mr. KK, now, what are the strategies or what are the solutions that you would suggest for optimizing cloud resources, minimizing costs, and maximizing efficiencies through the entire cloud journey of the organizations?
So in my mind, from what I hear from Sir, I personally feel that the cloud is right now trying to give freedom from those COTS kind of application. And earlier we have seen the era where we are spending a lot of money for those COTS, and we were spending money not only those COTS application, but also for the databases which are, hosting, the data and providing those services. The challenge was that the price of those ancillaries was almost as much as you would want for the system. So what we are doing currently for our customers is we are modernizing their apps. We're modernizing their application, taking low code, no code. Like for example, maybe you can take their .NET application, bring it to .NET Core and reduce that expenditure. For example, some of the licenses such as Microsoft SQL or Oracle, we can move them to the enterprise Postgre and save a lot of money. We were working with Deloitte and we brought their licensing cost by 60%, not 260. And that's the impact which you can have. The other thing is that when you move to such a system which is open source, they grow much faster because they're not tied to commercial interest. And therefore, your readiness for next few years is ensured, right? I also know there are companies which are still running Oracle 10, Oracle 9i, or so on. And they're stuck because the environment in which they had created the application has not changed. And on top of that, some of those OSs, Microsoft has said that that's end of life. So they're thinking, oh my God, what do they do with these applications? So you have to look at that 7R, right? Should we re-architect it? Should we re-host it? Or should we just retire it? And so on and so forth. So if we really want to be ready, I think this is the way to go forward, is to look at modernization of these systems and slowly put them together in one place so that the overall experience, not just for your customers, but for the people who are attending, is seamless. The other one which I would say we profoundly suggest people is to spend the time now and spend the money now so that you do not have to repeat the exercise in 4 years from now or 5 years from now. Yeah. Right? So it may look like that, oh my God, we have to do this modernization, which is going to cost us 20% more than our annual budget. But then guess what? Then you do not have to repeat this whole exercise after 5 years. So these are some of those things which I recommend our enterprises to look for, because the freer you are from these bonds, the more freedom you will have in developing your systems and making them really more effective for the market.
Very good. Very good. So, Mr. Harvinder, and in fact, this question is also for Mr. KK. So, in the pursuit of elevating business agility, so how do you suggest that organizations could measure and maximize their ROI in the cloud? Okay, and is there any metrics that could be that could track the success of their migration efforts or their cloud efforts overall? So this question is for both of you. Mr. Harvinder, you can take this forward.
No. So to start with, I think first of all, I just wanted to add little bit what KKG said. I think I'm fully aligned with the way you mentioned about the previous answer on the optimization of overall cloud thing. Just I wanted to add one more thing which we I think practice there. Like I think the way we keep approach, we keep multi-cloud and cloud native services. These two things which we have added in our strategy. So I think we have seen that going with one single cloud become a challenge certain time, and we lose the flexibility or the cost optimization opportunities when we lock with one cloud partner. So I think multi-cloud become a very important strategy for us. Just to add in that thing, and then coming back to the ROI part, I think the way we measure ROI is we track the performance. We track the performance in numbers. This is something which we have very newly started. Most of the time, we had a fight with business, tech team, and other team members that everything cannot be converted into a tangible form. And we have a very long fight that IT works more of a intangible things that get delivered in this way, which enhances the business, which give some foundational backups. If it is not there, you cannot run. A lot of things. But now we have tried in identifying, and we are converting each and everything into a tangible form. Sometimes we are not so accurate, but at least we have kept the practice that we'll measure each and every cloud expenditure in such a way that we will find out what all operational efficiency, how much operational efficiency we have gained out of it, and what is the amount of business growth we have got out of this, cloud expenditure which we have done from. It could be for cloud migration, it could be for cloud new cloud services or some other thing. But this I think have bring up some control on our ROI. And good part is that numbers may not be 100% correct, but everyone have followed that practices. Even we come up with some strong stand, certain time we didn't find any business impact in numbers. We refused that project, and then they put some art and science, and they come with some maths out of it. So that way I think we have seen changes coming in, and we are driving it to ensure we bring ROI from all these kind of investment we do in cloud side.
Very good. So KK, your thoughts about the ROI and the metrics part.
My first thought is that I should meet Banga Saab for dinner, and we have so many things in common, and the vision with which he is going. And I'll just start from where he ended. He said, find some maths. And that's the key. Find the maths. He said, the only math I can find out is we were planning to deliver at 5 p.m. and we were able to deliver at 5 p.m. Okay, that's very easy to consider as maths. But what about all what was happening during the process? How many resources did we use? How many hiccups did we have? How many people did we make happy? So therefore, when Banga Saab said that we find some maths, I also generally do is that I stop doing metrics on how many times we meet the criteria. I start doing it how many times we beat the criteria, and there is a bonus. And the reason there is a bonus is because imagine 10 good customer reviews can help you become better by 5% in your revenue. But one bad customer review can make you worse by 20%. Banga sir, ठीक बात है?
Exactly. I totally agree with you.
And that's where the business thing, and that's where he said is that involve the business. Okay, how do you define the quality of your department, right? How do you say that it was not my department's problem, it was that department's problem? Where's the metrics? The only way you can have metrics is when you have a process which has a checklist and which has a timeline, right? And then you say, this is a process, and I'm happy you want to choose AWS. I'm fine. You want to choose Azure. That's fine. You are the business owner. We will bill it to you. But then take the responsibility as well, right? And it is mostly around distributing responsibility, right? Oh, ये तो IT का problem है. I'm sorry, I'm just using it because it makes more impact. It's like, and in English, what it means is that I don't know, ask IT. Sorry, no, IT is an enabler. If you say, I will take the decision, you take the responsibility. Or I will own the responsibility as well as I will take the decision. You pick and say, oh, no, I'll take the responsibility. Okay, fine, let me help you. The way to take that responsibility is to come up with a maths. I love that term, by the way, son. Come up with that maths, right? And that maths is something which is defining person was on time, person did what was required, the checklist was complete, and then just create it. And then say, by the way, if you do this, you're only meeting the criteria. Here is what will help you beat the criteria. Every time you beat, you have a plus, which means we will help you with, we can always come up with an incentive plan for that. Or maybe an extra budget to buy something for their department, isn't it? So that's more of a pragmatic approach, I would say. And clearly, everything can be visualized, provided there is someone who says, I know how this can be done well. As for doing it well, the first thing which you need is an intent that we have to do it better. As I actually came through a phrase recently that no matter how good it is today, it can be better. I'll just leave it there.
Very good. So what an insightful discussion we had. Very great insights from both of you. I would definitely like to express my sincere gratitudes to our esteemed speakers, Mr. Harvinder and Mr. KK, for sharing their valuable experiences and expertise. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for all of you for joining us today, and I wish you continued success on your cloud migration journeys. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.